Welcome back to the Super Comic universe, and today this will be the end of Captain Gth versus the Egyptian gods. I know, finally, right? Last time we left off, Captain Gth has been overthrown as the king of the African gods. The Egyptian gods captured Captain Gth and Cawdor, but they escaped by the help of one of their own Egyptian gods, which was the goddess of cats and protection, Bastet. Now let's kick this off at where we ended. The last time we left off, Ra has returned. And then as soon as Bastet sees Ra, she tries to explain, "Father, I was only trying to..." Then Ra says, "Silence!" Ra tells her, "I expected this from your brothers, but I never thought I'd be betrayed by you, Bastet." Ra says, "I'm sorry about this, my daughter, but I must make an example out of you." But before Ra could bring down Bastet, a boom can be heard. Then a portal opens and out comes Captain Gth and Cawdor, and they are looking for a fight. And Captain Gth says, "So, you are Ra. You have a date with my fists." The Egyptian gods begin to run towards Ra, and Ra tells them to stop, for he will show this fool why he's the most powerful entity in all of Africa. Then flames begin to gather around Ra. Then Captain Gth hits Ra with a wicked right hand. By the strength of the two god kings pushes everyone back, but Ra returns with a crippling kick to Captain Gth. The strength of Ra launches Captain Gth out of the castle. Captain Gth begins to get up. He says, "Ow, everything hurts." Then he looks up. Then he sees Ra in the form of a bird coming down upon him. Captain Gth says, "Oh, you have got to be..." And Ra crashes him into the ground. Ra begins to beat Captain Gth. But if Ra wins, he will enslave all of Africa and make Egypt the most dominant country in Africa. And Captain Gth is damned if he'll let that happen. But Ra is too powerful for Captain Gth. And as Ra steps on Captain Gth's head, he tells him, "Do you see now what I am, the Lord of Egypt, God of the sun? I will enslave your people to make my people great once again." Meanwhile, with Cawdor, the god of strength, he's taking out the rest of the Egyptian god by himself. As Cawdor is crushing the god of the river now, Cawdor tells him, "I am the only god of strength." And while Cawdor crushes him, a sun comes swooping Cawdor off of him. Cawdor gets up and he tells the god Seth, "That trick may have been big in Egypt 300 years ago, but now it just pisses me off." As Cawdor talks, Horus comes in Captain Gth's suit and punches Cawdor in the face. Cawdor may be the god of strength, but three extremely powerful gods are more than enough for Cawdor. Back with Captain Gth and Ra, H is down, and then Ra blasts him in the face with a power blast. And then the smoke clears, and then Captain Gth is kneeling down with thunder in his hands. He lifts up his head, and we see lightning is in his eyes. Then he tells Ra, "If today the king of the gods must die, then I will die a glorious death." Then thunder shoots from Captain Gth's eyes and his mouth, hitting Ra so hard, it plunges him into the ground. Then we see Victoria, the goddess of thunder. The last time we saw her in the other episode, she had a plan to reveal all of Ra's secret. But now, she's looking at a tomb, a steel tomb, holding something inside. Or someone. Back with Ra, he's finding out that Captain Gth isn't going down without a fight. Then, Captain Gth lifts up his hands and he says, "This better work, Anansi." Then, as Osiris and the other Egyptian gods are beating down Cawdor, Osiris begins to notice that Captain Gth's suit is getting off of him and flying toward its owner. Then, Ra and Captain Gth have locked up, trying to break each other's necks. But then Ra's had enough of this, and he unleashes the power of the sun on Captain Gth. But just as he does that, Captain Gth's armor comes back on him, protecting him from the blast. Captain Gth stands in front of Ra. Then he tells Ra, "You know, you are just as powerful as everyone said you would be. I wasn't trying to beat you. I was only trying to..." Then we hear Krakatoom. Captain Gth says, "By time." Then a device is thrown on Ra's chest. Then Captain Gth says, "Do you recognize it? The scarab. made to temporarily take away the power of a god. And Victoria has brought evidence for some of the deeds you've done against your fellow Egyptian gods. But then, back with the rest of the Egyptian gods, they are in a standoff with Cawdor, and nobody is blinking. But then, Ra's body is thrown from a portal, crashing up on the ground. Then Captain GH walks out, holding Ra by his side, and we see a mummy standing beside. Then Captain GH tells the Egyptian gods some of the things that Ra has done to them. And he tells Seth that this mummy is his son. Ra made sure Seth was unable to give birth, for Seth will give birth to the most glorious warriors the world has ever seen. Then he tells Osiris there was Ra who put the thought of killing him into Seth's head. Then Captain J tells him that he knows that they were just following Ra, but he will not accept a coup d'etat, but they are all banished from the African gods' world. After the Egyptian gods leave, Captain GH walks up to Cawdor and says, I saved your ass, didn't I? Cawdor says, I had it all under control. Captain GH says, sure you did. Then everything goes back to normal. With Seth's son, Captain GH sends him to Egypt, making him the protector of all Egypt. And something interesting also happens. When we see Cawdor and sleeping on his lap, the goddess, Bastet. And that is the end of Captain GH versus the Egyptian gods. Now, let me just say this. That was awesome. I did not expect Captain GH to put up quite a fight like he did against Ra, but he did. He almost beat Ra. Now, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button or that like button. And don't forget, this is an online comic book series, so your likes and your views keep this thing going. Don't also forget, all characters and storylines and pirating rights belong to Super Comic. Now, this has been the Super Comic Universe, and I'm out.